All right, let's talk about one of the most famous productivity methods ever created, David Allen's Getting Things Done, or as most people call it, GTD. We're going to break down exactly what it is, how it works, and most importantly, how you can use it to get some of that precious mental clarity back. Does this sound familiar to you? You wake up, you're ready to crush the day, you've got this monster to-do list, but by the time you're done, most of it is still just sitting there, unchecked, and you're just left feeling, well, totally drained and overwhelmed.
Well, here's the thing you need to hear. The problem probably isn't you. It's not about your effort or that you need to work even harder. It's all about the system, or, the lack of one. Most of us are just winging it with random lists, sticky notes, and a whole lot of stuff we're trying to remember. We just need a better way to handle it all.
So let's get right to the core of the problem that GTD was built to solve. We treat our brains like they're some kind of supercomputer filing cabinet, but they're not. In fact, your brain makes for a really, really terrible office.
And this quote just nails it. Your mind is an amazing idea machine, right? It comes up with brilliant thoughts, creative solutions, and important reminders, but usually at the absolute worst times. It's awful at actually holding on to those things and serving them up when you need them. And all of that stuff swimming around in there creates this constant, low-level anxiety.
So if our brain is the wrong tool for storing our to-dos, what's the answer? Well, we need to build an external system. And that is exactly what David Allen's Getting Things Done method is. It's a system designed specifically for clarity.
So what is GTD in a nutshell? It's basically a framework to help you capture everything that has your attention, figure out what to do with it all, and then get it done efficiently. But the real goal here isn't just about getting more done. It's about keeping your mind clear and focused without all that stress.
Okay, this is where it gets super practical. The whole GTD method is built on 5 simple core steps. Think of this as your personal blueprint for going from that feeling of chaos to a state of calm, confident control. Here they are. You've got capture, clarify, organize, reflect, and engage. Let's walk through each one of these so you can see how they all work together to create this really powerful workflow.
Let's start with step 1, which is arguably the most important of all, capture. The goal here is simple, but it's a game changer. Get every single thing that's taking up space in your mind, big, small, whatever, out of your head and into what GTD calls a trusted inbox.
And when I say everything, I mean everything. We're talking work deadlines, those emails you still have to reply to, personal stuff like buy bread, reminders to call your mom, those huge long-term projects, even those brilliant random ideas that pop into your head in the shower. The whole point is to free up your mind from the job of remembering.
Okay, so once you've captured all that stuff, you move on to step 2, clarify. This is where you process what you've collected. You look at every single item you wrote down and you ask one simple question. Is this actionable? You're just deciding what each thing is and what, if anything, you need to do about it.
Now this is where one of the most powerful little productivity hacks comes in. It's called the 2-minute rule. As you're clarifying your list, if you come across something that would take you less than 2 minutes to do, don't write it down on another list, just do it, right then and there. It's an incredible way to knock things out and build momentum.
After you've decided what's actionable, you hit step 3, organize. This is all about taking those tasks and putting them in the right bucket so nothing ever gets lost. And this is key. It's not one giant to-do list. It's a series of specific, well-organized lists.
And this table here breaks down the core lists perfectly. You'll have a next actions list for single tasks you can tackle right away. If something needs more than one step, boom, it becomes a project. If you're waiting on someone else for something, it goes on the waiting for list. And for all those awesome ideas that aren't a priority right now, they go in your someday/maybe list. Of course, any system is only as good as how well you maintain it. And that brings us to step 4, reflect. You have to look at your lists regularly to keep them fresh, up-to-date, and trustworthy. This is the step that keeps the whole engine running smoothly. To be specific, GTD is famous for recommending a weekly review. This is your dedicated time, your appointment with yourself, to look through everything. You'll check off what you got done, you'll update your projects, and you'll get a crystal clear picture of your priorities for the week ahead. Seriously, without this, even the best system will eventually fall apart.
And finally, with a system that you know you can trust, you get to step 5, engage. This is where you actually do the work, but the feeling is totally different. Instead of being overwhelmed and wondering what to do next, you can just look at your next actions list and get started with total confidence, knowing you're working on the right thing at the right time.
So, what's the real payoff here?
It's not just about checking more boxes off a list. It's about achieving what David Allen calls a mind like water. That state of being totally ready for anything, but completely calm. It's about finally silencing that voice in the back of your head that's always trying to remember something you forgot.
I mean, look at this transformation. It's pretty stark. You go from having scattered lists and random mental notes to having one single trusted system. You replace that constant feeling of cognitive overload with a much lighter mental load, and you trade all that last-minute scrambling for real, focused work.
Okay, I know this might sound like a huge overhaul, but getting started is actually way easier than you think. Let's break down exactly how you can kick off your GTD journey, like right now.
First, just pick a tool. It can be a simple notebook, an app on your phone, whatever feels right. Then do what's called a mind sweep. Just spend 20 minutes writing down absolutely everything that's on your mind. After that, go through it, clarify each item, remember that 2-minute rule, and organize them into your new lists. And finally, put that first weekly review on your calendar. That's it. You're off and running.
So, the real takeaway is this. Consistency is everything. By making these 5 steps a regular habit, you really can clear out all that mental clutter, seriously boost your productivity, and finally feel like you're the one in control of your time and your focus again.
And that's a wrap. So I'll leave you with a question to get you started on step 1. Right now, what is the very first thing you're going to capture and get out of your head?